right. So let me tell you why I decided to do this class. By the way, this is Jazz. This is my in-laws' sweet puppy. And then there's another one over here. They're little Shih Tzus and they just got coiffed. Here comes the other one. Aw, and that's my daughter, Shaylin. Okay, so I was looking at our schedule for this week, and literally today all we had was Vincent dancing at 10. And then we had Vincent's interview at 1. And I was like, okay, nobody wants to work on Fridays. So I thought, let me just throw something here in the middle. And one of my favorite sessions we do at camp is like an across the floor exchange. And we just get in a gym, and this is for the Color Guard Instructor Academy. We just share our favorite across the floors with each other because I think as instructors, sometimes we just get stuck doing the same ones over and over. And there are certain across the floors you should do over and over, but it's nice to throw new things at the kids to develop their vocabulary, to keep things fresh, to keep it fun, to keep it challenging. And sometimes we just get stuck doing the same thing. So I love having like an across the floor exchange just so you leave camp with a bunch of new stuff that you can do. But since we're not at camp, we're going to do like a virtual across the floor exchange. The other thing that triggered this for me was Kelly Mitchell. If you guys have been to camp, you might know Kelly. She is Vincent's assistant dance instructor, and she's gorgeous and ridiculous and does beautiful work. She was not able to do any live content this week, but she offered to record an across the floor and put on our YouTube channel. And I thought, well, this would be a nice way for you guys to see Kelly. So we're going to share her across the floor as well. And then I threw a couple of across the floors up there too. So can you guys, you could do the across the floors as we watch them. I am not going to be physically doing any across the floors. There's just not enough space here. But what we're going to do is we're going to watch them virtually. So can you guys hear me okay? Like my sound's okay? I'm not super laggy. I'm on my in-laws Wi-Fi. I don't know how strong it is compared to mine. But we haven't had any issues. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. And guys, if you're like, this is dumb, I can do this on my own, I won't be insulted if you leave this Zoom, but I hope we can watch these and have some fun watching them together. And then also, if you want to try them, you can. All right, so I am now sharing my screen. And I just wanted to show you that on YouTube, which is a phenomenal resource for color guard people. Oh my gosh, get this. I have like my menu bar up here. You guys probably can't see it, but it's like in my way. Well, I went to YouTube and I literally just typed across the floor or across the floors color guard. Now that brought up videos that were simpler versions of across the floors that we tend to do in color guard. If you do across the floor like dance, you're going to see some way more advanced things. So if you're looking for more advanced combinations, look in the dance world because they have some crazy hard across the floors. But one of the first ones that I discovered was this Linganore Junior Color Guard. And I love this one because it quickly shows you all of these basic color guard across the floors that most color guards do. I'm not saying that the technique that is demonstrated in these is all perfect and everything, but it's just kind of a reminder of like one of the things they're going to do is they do a simple walk and then they flip and walk backwards in the middle of their across the floor. And I'm like, I never really thought to do that. And how many times do we ask the kids in their show to turn while they're doing stuff? You know, so even just doing it across the floor is a simple turn. So me watching this, it was great for me. So we're not going to sit and watch the whole 3 minutes together, but I like how they show a front view. So there she is doing her regular walks, and then a side view. And then they do backwards walks. And then they do some turns. I think this is, and turn, and forward. And just like something simple like that, a full turn. Oh my goodness, when I write choreography, I'm always making the kids do turns, right? But do we ever have them just practice it across the floor? I just thought, well, I really should probably do that. You know, jazz walks, which we call jazz walks coupe walking, where you go through that coupe position. So I like this. There's no talking, there's no instruction. It's just like, hey, here's some across the floors that you should probably be doing with your color guard. This is like the basics of across the floor. Prancing, we'll come back to that one. I put one of those up. Then we have these little chassés to the side. Oh girl, Hold your posture up. You see how she's dipping her chest down? Whew. And I think they did some front chassés. Here's just little sautés, step hops. You know, the basics of color guard. Oh, these are fun. They're like jazz slides. Cute. Brush leaps. Oh, goodness. Let's see what these look like. Oh, yeah. So we need some technical training there, but some ideas. Okay, so let's say you see this and you're like, okay, I want my kids to do brush leaps, but I want to make sure I'm training them the right way. So you could just Google search leaps across the floor and maybe find some ballet site that's going to break down the technique a little bit more. Okay, so that's a good one. Again, this is Linganore Junior Color Guard. And I am recording this and this will go up on YouTube, also our YouTube channel. So if you want to go back and find these videos, they're on there. Okay, this is a great group. Like it's Hip Visual Solutions, and they call it Technique Tuesday, and they have lots of across the floors videos or technique videos, and they're pretty well produced.
Hey everyone, it's Technique Tuesday. Today we feature members of the Charlestown Independent Color Guard of Charleston, South Carolina.
That's a
and they're going to give
little
us
more
a
involved
lesson
one.
Across the floors.
Hi, my name's Mackenzie.
So I like this one because this one they break it down. They have 3 different girls with different body types modeling it, which I think is great. Why?
We always want to think about is making sure that we're pressing that heel forward as we come through that coupe position so we don't sickle the foot.
So I'm not sure if you can hear the video, but they're demonstrating the walk, and then you can hear the instructor telling you what you should be looking for and what you should be telling your kids. So this is that coupe walk broken down a little bit better.
Landing always toe ball. Exercise, really working on the detailing of the feet and combining different techniques.
Can you guys hear the video sound?
And
That girl, she did a little ponytail whip in there.
Finishing with a combination of sautés.
So like that one's a little more advanced. You know, they took the basic dance skills and then put them in combination together. And then here's another one. This is a simple across the floor, but like I've never done this one in this combination, so it gives me ideas to use.
Will be the chassé, sauté,
So they
passe
break it down.
You'll start with your left arm extended, your right arm curved in front, and your feet in first position. On count 1, you will step out into a plie, and the right arm will come down. On count 2, you will chassé, and the right arm will come up. Count 3, you'll step out into plie again, and count 4, you'll bring the arm up. For count 5, you'll step into fourth position with your arms down, and count 6, you'll sauté into the air. The left leg will cross on count 7, and you'll step into passe on count 8 with your arms and en bas. Let's reset and try this as a combination. And 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Up, 2, 3, up, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Short and sweet, you know, and there's a new across the floor for you. I want to bring your attention to Spintronics. Is anyone familiar with Spintronics? Yeah, I see that. Yep. Skip. So Jackie, who is the Spintronics guru, she has come to the Color Guard Instructor Academy a couple of times at camp with us, and she has just done a big push on the interwebs for color guard training. And so she's got a lot how to color guard videos. She's got a pretty successful channel as well here. So she has all kinds of break it down videos, not just dancing, not just across floor equipment. She's got all kinds of cool stuff. And her videos are really well produced and edited. They're enjoyable to watch. She just models, talks through it. Oops.
Welcome to Spintronics Dance.
And she's funny.
You're going to hate this one because today we're learning chassé. And I'm sorry, this is not your ballet class chassé. The basic motion in a dance chassé is your foot steps forward, your other foot comes up to meet it, and then your foot steps forward again.
So again, I love that. She just talks on a color guard level, you know, understanding that a majority of our kids have no dance background and how to explain things to kids. So that's a great resource. All right, oops, sorry, iPhone. Didn't mean to forget you. Let me go to our YouTube channel, which is Music for All color guard. Here we are. This is brand new. We just kind of launched this channel this year to help out with camp things. Okay, bye, Jackie. So I have not created an across the floor playlist yet, but I will. But we did upload some across the floor videos, just a few, and I'm kind of motivated this year to, as I'm teaching my winter guard, to put our across the floors up on this channel. I think it's great that we as a community just share. So I'm just going to play this. This is little Kelly, who really wanted to be a part of this week. But she sent us this across the floor video for you guys to learn. I love how she calls this like a beginner level across the floor. And I was like, oh no, that's not beginner. It's beginner for her because she's amazing. But check this out. Oops. Ugh. Old person here.
Hi everybody, it's Kelly. I hope that you all are staying safe and healthy. And I've got a short across the floor for you guys. It includes some leaves. All right. So
I'm sorry.
Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And I'll do it facing you guys. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Isn't she just gorgeous? So then the rest of the video, she does a quick breakdown. So obviously this would be an across the floor where you would use for a team that has a pretty good grasp on a lot of vocabulary, and she just puts all of these things together for this nice lengthy combination. It's very expressive and also technical. So that's a great one, and that is there for you guys to learn on the YouTube channel. And then I did a couple, just a few. I'll try to work on getting some more up there. I did a Saute breakdown across the floor. This is one of my favorites.
Hey everybody.
Because most of us can do a walk, walk, step, hop, walk, walk, step, hop, you know, like little Saute across the floors. One of the biggest issues that color guards have, since we don't have dance trained kids, a lot of them are not dance trained, is the landing of the Saute. And so this breaks down the landing of the Saute so that you can fix them. So I'll just kind of play a little bit of this.
Saute. My arms are going to be down in low fifth as I walk, and then on the Saute, they're going to go opposite arm, opposite leg. So whatever leg is forward, that opposite arm will be in front, and this one will be to the side.
This is a basic Saute across the floor.
Then I will take 2 steps and do a Saute on the other side. So just real quick, it looks like this. 5, 6, 7, 8. Step, step, Saute. Step, step, Saute. Step, step, Saute. Step, step, Saute. Now, the jump is a step hop. The back is an arabesque. So your leg is going to be straight back behind you, pointed and straight, and that includes on the landing. So here's where things change a little bit. I like to take this across the floor and break it down to make sure that the landing of the Saute is being executed correctly. Now, when you land a Saute, you should be landing on a turned out leg that's in plie. Your back leg should remain straight and in arabesque on the landing, and your arms are still in position with your body lifted up against that arabesque, okay? Some common mistakes people make is letting that back leg bend on the landing. Another mistake is letting the upper body lean forward and give in on the landing. So a way that we train and correct that is instead of just going step, step, Saute, step, step, Saute, we're going to do step, step, Saute, land. We're going to hold for 2 counts in this position. Then we're going to lower the foot to the floor in a tendu so the leg stays straight all the way till the toe touches the ground. We're going to pull it through first, plie, bring these arms to low fifth so that we can start over on the other side. Okay, so let me show you what that looks like without stopping. So it's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8. Step, step, Saute, land. 5, 6, 7, 8. And step, step, Saute, land. Hold it. 7, 8. And step, step, Saute, land. Now I'm going to tell you, holding the landing is hard. It takes a lot.
Clearly, because I couldn't do it. But that's just one of the, I get a lot of people asking how you fix landings, and that's a really great across the floor to do that. And then the only other one we have on our YouTube channel right now is prancing, which if you don't prance with your guard, prancing is great for developing your feet and training their feet, training their feet to point when they leave the ground and how to work through the foot. So I'm sure most of you know what a prance looks like, but I'll just show you real quick here.
Rolls through toe ball heel, the other foot comes up as this one's going down.
Like a horse
you might
prancing.
Want to think about a horse.
Oh.
I think that's maybe where the word prance came from, right? So it's just a lifting of the leg and a toe ball heel down into the floor. The feet remain in front of you. The toes push down into the ground. When we do a prances, we just keep them down at our sides. Of course, you can adapt it however you want. So this is what prances might look like. And 5, 6, 7, 8, and prance. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, stop sharing. So when we do across the floors, I think it's important that we have a nice combination of repetitive technique things like prancing, like doing sautes over and over again across the floor, like coupe walks. Like those are important to develop strong technique, but then also incorporating some of those across the floors that combine many different skills. So it feels more like you're doing a dance combination across the floor instead of just the repetitive. And then also finding across the floors that work on expression and performance skills, right? So not just always facing the direction you're traveling, but having some part of the across the floor where you turn and look at the audience. Like Kelly's is really good for performing all the way around in a full circle. And again, on YouTube, I just showed you 3 that I personally found that I liked. There's so many out there. So if you need some motivation, just hop online and do that. So I know I've only been talking for 20 minutes, but that's really all I wanted to share with you guys. What I want to do now is ask if you guys have any, and if you are willing to demonstrate, great, or just kind of talk us through like what across the floors you enjoy doing or you enjoy teaching. And you're welcome to unmute yourself and hop in and share. And if nobody has anything to say, that's cool too. Anybody? No.
So I come from a dance background, and one thing that's in the choreography that I'm doing is chasse, step, leap, step, leap, step, leap. So that's what I'm doing. It's pretty simple, but I do enjoy doing it.
Chasse, step, leap. And when you leap, are you doing like a straight brush leg, or are you doing like the developpe out, or does it matter?
It's kind of like a split.
A split leap?
Yeah.
Very cool. Thank you. I wish we could see you doing that.
I have a dance recital, so probably if my mom could get a video of it, I could share it.
Okay, that'd be awesome. Anybody else have across the floors that you really enjoy doing? All right, Colleen, you can't tell us about the baby elephant and not tell us what that means. Here she comes.
So what we do is my coach wants us to like relax and not have such a tense body while we're like dancing, because we do fluent dances during the fall. So we basically just have our body, we take a deep plunge like to the right or left, and then we let our body swing.
Ah, like an elephant trunk.
Yeah, and then we have the tight squeezes afterwards.
So you feel the difference between having your body tight and controlled and then just totally letting go.
And then we do prances, and then yeah, that's it.
Great, thank you. And that's a great reminder. When we're doing dance training with our guard and we do across the floors, to not always be so technical, to give those moments of breath. And, you know, because in our choreography, a lot of times we'll have those moments. If we don't train them, then they're not going to be performed very well. So awesome. Anyone else want to share?
We do grapevine, chaîné turn, pas de chat, sit roll.
Okay, you got to say that again. I got to picture it in my head.
Okay, so grapevine, and then Shanae turn, pas de chat, sit roll.
Thank you for saying sit roll. Yes, we have to make sure we do across the floors that incorporate getting in and out of the ground, especially for winter guard. Okay, grapevine, Shanae turn, pas de chat, sit roll. Awesome. Thank you, Erin. That's a good one. Have you seen those TikTok videos or is it TikTok or Instagram? Where someone will like shout out a dance combination and then the people have to like do it on the spot. Have you seen those? That sounds fun.
I would hate that. I hope my instructor never does that.
Stressful. I know. All right. Anyone else? All right. Well, the last thing I want to throw at you is one more great thing to do across the floor, and I'm sure a lot of you do these already, are improvisational across the floors. If you took Vincent's class this morning, he did a really great segment on the 6 different ways that 6 different movement types, like percussive and fluid and suspended and pendulum. And so he kind of explained all those and kind of gave us a great way to think about all the different ways you can move your body. But incorporating those into an improvisational activity is great. And I even do this with my middle schoolers, which is hard, right? Because think about being in middle school and being asked to make up dance choreography. Like it's a struggle at first. Sorry, you're super cute, Erin, but I'm going to put this back on me. Well, you're good. Anyway, I just pick music that has different styles, like music that's cinematic and strong, and music that's kind of sad, or music that's peppy and fun, and just have them go across the floor doing whatever that music makes them feel like doing. And it's a struggle at first, especially in middle school level. They don't really want to put themselves out there like that. But if you continue doing it consistently, it just kind of helps break down some of those barriers that people might have with their bodies. And it also can give you some choreography ideas. Sometimes the kids come up with better stuff than I can do. So I would recommend incorporating improvisational across the floors as well. Okay, well, that was super quick. I'm going to give one more chance if anyone has questions or ideas. I just wanted to throw this session out there because it's always such a good one when we're together at camp. All right. Well, if there's nothing, then I'm probably going to go ahead and call this off and get ready for my interview with Vincent. Our last thing today, I hope you guys can join us on Instagram at MFA_color_guard. And it's going to be a great way to wrap up the week. If you can join us, I'm sure Vincent will motivate you and your heart and soul like he always does to me. David, thank you for being here. And thank you those of you who have been at like every session this week. It's been so cool to kind of get to know you all, even those of you that have your cameras off for whatever reason, you're at work. So thank you again for being here. Hope you found this week helpful, and I really, fingers crossed that 2021 we can get back on campus. And if you guys have never been to camp, I hope you can start saving up money and come join us next June. We would love to have you. Thank you, Mona. Thanks for being here. Chris, so glad you found our resources. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, Erin, we would certainly love to have you in person. That would be awesome. All right, guys, take care. We'll see you on Instagram at 1.